Hi, this is Desmond Child, and you're listening to Tom and Zeus on Shout It Out Loudcast.
Shout it out loud, yeah. Shout it out loud, yeah. Shout it out loud, yeah. I like it.
The year is 1987. The album, Electric. And the band is The Cult. Welcome to episode 60 of the Album Review Crew, where we are going to take a look at a game-changing album for this band that still kicks ass today in 2025. We'll be joined shortly by our buddy, comedian, podcast, musician, etc., Izzy Presley. But until then, Zeus, what's up?
Nothing. We are going to look back on, get some feedback on Bon Jovi's album we did last month. That was the 7800 Fahrenheit.
Yep.
And obviously we did a poll. How'd that go?
Yep. So, of course, every ARC episode we do favorite songs. So we did 7800 Fahrenheit. The songs were In and Out of Love, The Price of Love, Tokyo Road, and Only Lonely. And this was just a beatdown, as you could imagine. 68% with In and Out of Love, 16% for Tokyo Road, 15% for Only Lonely, and 1% for The Price of Love. Let's see what we got for comments on this one here. Our buddy Andy, Only Lonely is one of the few I care for on this album. I prefer the debut. Conrad Pena says my favorite song is Tokyo Road. Damian Ferris chimes in with Secret Dreams. Oh, dear God, Damian. Your friend says this is one of their most overlooked albums. I don't know why John also ignores this album, just like the debut. It's not as good as the debut, but it's a solid, hungry album in a time of fun music. Lots of nostalgia here. Okay, well, whatever.
Who was that from?
That was from Your Friend. That's the Twitter handle. Your Friend. Not my friend.
I was waiting.
Your friend.
I was waiting for the punchline. Like,
nope,
your friend so-and-so.
That's the punchline. Okay. Jim Caldwell says, thank you for doing this album. I hate that John Bon Jovi says it's a terrible record. It's not.
Is that the coach? Coach?
A little different. And then I comment and I said, he isn't the only one who says that. Sorry. Our buddy Tony from Restrained, who does our intro music, and we continue to fail to remind people of that. I have been a Bon Jovi fan since the debut, but Heat 2 is a much better record.
Oh, God.
7800 Fahrenheit has 2 good songs, a few duds, and the rest is filler. Heat 2 has a couple of duds, but the rest is very good to great. I think you guys rated Heat songs low because you felt they sounded dated. And then I commented, I won't argue with your Heat take. I knew nothing about the band and never heard a song. That being said, it still sounds dated, and our rankings are a mess. Yes, they are certainly a mess. Scott says, when you play the intro to Into the Fire, I honestly thought you were pranking us by playing a song from the Revenge of the Nerds soundtrack.
It does sound like that.
Yep. Our buddy Heavy Mayo. Tom, I'm with you. I fucking love ride cymbals.
You didn't introduce him correctly.
I'm sorry. Let me correct myself. Shout out Loudcast Hall of Famer Heavy Mayo says, Tom, I'm with you. I fucking love ride cymbals. There's some drum nerdery there. John Gross, great pick, Zeus, my favorite from them. Wally Vidal, currently listening to the episode right now. I really love this record. The Hardest Part of the Night is my favorite track. A coworker gave me the vinyl back in 2000. Hey, just how old are you anyways? A couple more here. Herschel Walker Kyler. I have never heard a single song off this album. I'm 30, and I only know his radio songs. For the most part, this album is an absolute clunker, but Tokyo Road is one of the best 80s glam songs I've ever heard. Added it to my playlist. P.S. The term Zeus can use is killer filler. Okay. Dave Arsenal says, this is not their best album, but because of the nostalgia, it's my favorite. Summer of 85 on the Hampton Beach Strip in my buddy's Datsun B210. And if I recall correctly, that is a pickup truck, Dave. Maybe I'm wrong. You let me know. Our buddy Steve, criminally underrated, especially by John. Bought both of them the day they were released. Talking about this in the debut. Brett Roscoe, John doesn't like it, but it's better than any Bon Jovi album released this century. Zeus, care to comment on that one?
He's right. 2000 and above? Of course it is. Everything's better since than what he's released since 2000.
Steve Emerson, I love this album. The first 6 Bon Jovi albums are, and then he does the little perfect icon there. Shakti Sheikh says, wow, 2.5 hours. That's more words than the band has said about this album in the last 40 years.
It's true.
That's true. And that's a lot of Twitter feedback. We're done with that one, Zeus.
All right. On the Book of Face, Paul Heider. Just listen to the episode. Haven't actually heard these songs in decades. The songs I actually remembered, I think sound good, including cough, Silent Night. Interesting memories, though, one of them being that Bon Jovi was actually ragged on by bands like Crew at this time, mostly for being soft. Maybe this played a part in the album being so uneven, with the band being pressured to be something they weren't. And yes, they were all included under the umbrella term heavy metal, as bizarre as that sounds now. After Bon Jovi broke big with the next album, the rivalry kept up a bit, but then by then there were deeper conflicts between hair metal and the real stuff that had broken. Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, Slayer, with Maiden, Priest, Scorpions, Dio, Ozzy holding down the middle. I always loved these variations of the metal genre in all these bands, especially from mid-'80s backwards. Thus my affection 7800 Fahrenheit. Better days. Keith Rochford says, oh yeah, one of my favorite Bon Jovi albums, along with These Days. I got this cassette as a birthday gift by mistake. They saw the band picture, thought I would like it since I was into other bands like Def Leppard and Van Halen. They were absolutely right.
Nice.
Brett Roscoe says, listening now, and Tom is absolutely crucifying one of the greatest power ballads of all time.
Oh.
Silent Night. Zeus doesn't like it either? No. Yeah, it's not very good. Let's be honest.
It's not. It's good for you that you like it, but it's painful.
Paravice City. The hardest part is the night, he says. Mark Walansowitz. Am I going to be the only one waving the flag for Silent Night? I always love that song. There's a few of you out there. Chris Hall says it's an excellent choice. Frank Anzalone says, wife and I are listening in the car, crying 30 minutes in. Hey, just how old are you anyways? Yeah, good luck getting away with saying that. And he writes on, this is definitely one of the most polarizing albums for Bon Jovi fans. I dug it to a degree. Some of didn't age very well. Great memories of Summer of 85, watching the In and Out of Love video constantly on MTV. That, along with Lay It Down, Smoking in the Boys' Room, and Summertime Girls were the soundtrack of our summer. A bunch of dipshits we were hitting puberty, mesmerized by older girls in our neighborhood. Good times. Still have my original pressing vinyl, complete and shrink with hype sticker.
Wow. Nice.
Let's go over to Loudcasters. Hall of Famer Jeff Trott says, yes, love this album.
Hey.
Joey, who's going to get kicked out of the Hall of Fame, Romanek, as much as I don't care for Bon Jovi, I know this month's choice will be heads and shoulders above next month's Patreon pick.
Oh, watch your mouth there, High Waters.
Mike Murphy, I'm no Bon Jovi fan, and this is not a good album by any means, but ranked last behind Heat 2 and Bad English, that's my partner. That ain't me.
Dude,
So
no offense. It's like asking if you where do you rank types of death? Drowning, strangulation, or being set on fire. They're all bad.
A ridiculous statement, but I'll take it. You have your right to your opinion. Who cares?
Yeah.
Not a
well,
problem.
you have moving pictures ranked last, so end of conversation.
Yes. Yes. Somebody had John Whiteman Wells as a pitch of Takashi Toshiro in the bicycle race. Sakura. And he has this, and then he writes underneath, oh, fucking great.
Oh my God, that's good. That's good.
Joseph Damiata, I was surprised by your low ranking of 7800 Fahrenheit. Maybe it's just my Bon Jovi fandom talking about. I think it's a solid album. Thanos Akratides says, Not as good as the debut, but still a solid album. Guitar-driven tracks are best, with the obvious standouts being In and Out of Love and Tokyo Road. I actually agree with both of you. No doubt was an album of the time. Over on YouTube, Steelhorse says, love this album. Cody Burnett, 7800 New Jersey is one of the best 3 album rock runs in rock. If they would cut the stupid intro to Tokyo Road, it would have been a hit that broke them. Hattrick 2420 says, Chick Band. This is for chicks and game show lovers. And that's what I got, Tom.
All right, let's take a look at Instagram here. Clark Side of the Moon says, I feel like this album was a bit of a sophomore slump, but I saw them open for Rat in 1985, and they blew Rat off the stage. Ooh, it was clear they were going to explode soon. Dave Rockstar says, I much prefer this album to anything from after These Days album. That's when they really went downhill from Crush onwards and became a pop country band with the odd, decent song. I don't know. I've never heard of either of those albums. Sorry. Our buddy Joe Decker. I've been a Bon Jovi fan since day one. I love their debut, and I love this one just as much. I was fortunate enough to see them on this tour opening for Rat. I also saw them at the place Steve had mentioned, the Kingston Armory in Kingston, Pennsylvania. From that show, I'll never forget John pulling off a Love Gun-type performance by singing Silent Night on a small stage in the center of the crowd. It's a shame he doesn't acknowledge this album, because for me, this is better than Slippery When Wet. Whoa! Great choice, Zeus. Wow. And that's what we got for feedback on 7,800 Fahrenheit.
All right, Tom. Let's bring in our friend Izzy.
All right, we're bringing back to the show here, but for the first time on ARC, he is the host of another effing podcast. He's in the Ace Tribute Band, AC. He's a comedian. He's a health food nut, too, if you follow him on social media. Yeah. It's the great Izzy Presley here to talk about this album with us.
Tom, you forgot to add my new tagline on that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Future Shouted Out Loudcast Hall of Famer.
Oh, Izzy Presley. We go. This is the only reason you're up here with it. By the way, let's let our listeners know the sacrifice you're making, Izzy. What time is it where you are right now?
It is 6 a.m., and you got me here to talk about the cult with no cocaine.
Yes. One of the things we thought about, though, Izzy, when it comes to you in the Shout Out Loudcast Hall of Fame, is we won't put you in if you make it to another show's Hall of Fame first.
Okay, now how many shows actually have a Hall of Fame?
Well, none of them are cool enough or smart enough to do it, but...
Well, right, exactly.
Are you, like, do you get some sort of, I don't know, big award or... Yeah, something for your appearance on Three Sides or something?
No. All they do is talk about 7-Eleven pasta. So
yeah, that joke ran a little dry years ago, but that's okay.
That joke ran dry the first time they said it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they're not here to defend themselves.
That's all right, because
that's where they'll claim you make your stardom from. Because
No.
Whatever. No. That era is over.
That's right. I have seen the light.
That's it. That's right.
We're going to get into a bidding war with Izzy.
Izzy, the most coveted free agent podcaster in 2025.
There'll be a documentary that'll come out before the Kiss documentary.
Oh, my
about
God.
Izzy's free agency and
love
how we pursued him. Izzy, you want to come on at 6 a.m. to talk about the cult? Sold.
Well, I tell you what, the reason I agreed to it is because, one, I love you guys.
Thank you.
Two, I'm a narcissist and I'm a media whore. So
yes.
I learned a lot from Gene Simmons.
Exactly. There's no time limit on
we
fame,
all
right,
do,
brother?
Man. We all
That's
do.
right. That's right.
There's always a lot to learn in business because you're in the Kiss business, baby.
That's right.
And for those that are wondering, the new drops, I'm not doing it for ARC. I'm not doing it for doing
No, that's a Shout It Out Loudcast.
That's a Shout It Out Loudcast. Yeah.
Well,
we finally got a new little machine here.
Well,
I finally learned how to use it. And
you need separate ones for this show.
Maybe eventually.
It'll take away from this show. This show is a little bit more serious than Shout It Out Loudcast.
Oh, God. I'm going to have to redo my notes then for this album.
Except when we do shitty albums. When we're forced to do The Bullet Boys and other fucking horrendous picks.
Careful. Izzy goes on the Monsters of Rock cruise with those guys.
Oh yeah, he loves those guys, huh? Yeah, well, we all have our cross to bear. So
That's true.
Let's start with this fact.
Well, you guys also like the Elder, so
Hey,
yes, I
it's
do.
not bad. It's not terrible.
I do. Izzy, this is our Patreon pick. So once every turn, so Tom, me, then Patreon. This was a close race. For a while there, this was in third place, and he jumped to second, then back to third, and then somehow he made it to number one because Tom was having a fucking knipshit if the other album was going to be the pick. Because when that album does get picked, and it will, Tom, it'll be the last episode we've ever done.
Now, please tell me, what were the other two choices?
Well, this was a big poll. So
All right. We'll say this off the air. Cut. So
right.
don't mention the album, but
I won't. But all I'm going to say is if you ever do that and do not have me as the guest for that one, I will.
We'll make it work.
We'll
make it work. I will say this. I'm surprised that our listeners picked The Cult, not because they're not good and I don't like the album,
right,
but just some of the heavyweights it went up against. I'm surprised this pulled through. So
especially the one that we'll bring you back for, because I mean, I was secretly rooting for it. I didn't put it out there, but somebody was publicly bashing it, and somehow the vote got turned around.
I didn't pay off anybody. There was no shenanigans.
Well, I mean, there was a lot of publicity.
I believe in voter integrity.
Propaganda.
I believe in voter integrity.
And let's take a quick little break, and we'll be right back. All right. And so Electric got picked. Let's start with Tom. Tell us if your first interaction with this album and your thoughts.
Okay, so I was excited about this, and once again, the Patreon people are kind of doing my work here because I have had The Cult on my radar for probably actually since the beginning of ARC. Not this album, but I've been a Cult fan since Electric, and of course Sonic Temple and moving forward. And I saw them in concert years ago at the old. What was it? The House of Blues. I don't even remember what it was called in Boston. And I think they played the Love album in its entirety and then played the hits from Electric and Sonic Temple and stuff. So I've always been a fan of this band. They have a great sound. There's going to be stuff that we could talk about that a lot of people might not like about The Cult. There's one big thing that people don't seem to like about The Cult, which we'll talk about. But I've owned Electric, for a long time. I didn't get it when it came out, but I've owned this album for a while. I've owned Sonic Temple for a while. So I'm a huge Cult fan, always been a fan of these guys. I think they're very underrated. It's kind of weird to see the evolution of this band and how they started out as like this gothy post-punk kind of weirdo band and then just became like fucking ACDC, like Metallica for a while. But a good album, we'll talk about it. I'm excited. Izzy, what about you in The Cult?
I never got into The Cult. The first time I heard The Cult was Firewoman. I didn't even know there was anything that was before that. I did not buy that record. The only Cult record I've ever owned was that Greatest Hits one that came out in the 90s.
Pure Cult.
Pure Cult. They kind of started to come on my radar a little bit watching the cover bands because they would do Firewoman. Not Firewoman. They would do Love Removal. They do Little Devil. And the three songs off this record that everybody knows and loves.
Yep.
And
Wildflower.
Wildflower, yeah.
Yep.
So I became very familiar with those songs. I had never listened to this entire record until Friday. I've never owned this record, so this was a learning experience for me.
I like these kind of. I'll be honest. I like these kinds of episodes when one of the hosts isn't super familiar and has been, and owns the album. So I kind of like, because it's definitely a fresh perspective from somebody like me who's been listening to it for 30 years, as somebody like you that's been listening to it for 30 hours.
Yeah, exactly. And I really started listening to it yesterday. So I mean, I put it on Friday, and then I listened to it yesterday while I was working in the car. And all right, so I have thoughts, and
cool.
But
we'll get to them.
I will say I enjoyed it.
Good. Okay, we'll save that. We'll get more specific soon. Zeus, after you're done sneezing.
I thought he was laughing at me.
Me too. Me too. I thought that's why he put it on mute.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't laughing yet. So the Cult was a band my brother listened to, and remember he really liked them, and I didn't understand it. Why? The album was in my household, but I didn't own it. I knew She Sells Sanctuary and Firewoman when that came out. So I, like Izzy, bought the greatest hits. I've never owned Electric, so a lot of these songs, you'll hear this running theme throughout. I thought it was the same song throughout the first song to song number 11. I thought all their songs afterwards sound the same. I think this whole thing sounds the same. So I feel like if I've heard the radio and I heard a Cult song, I've heard this whole album. So regardless, I got into it that way. I have now listened to this almost probably as much as any ARC album that I needed to review. That's because I needed to differentiate the songs, and I just fucking couldn't do it.
Yep.
They all sounded the same and bled, and I must have fucking listened to like, no, something's gonna catch on different. But God bless them. Let's get into the Cult Electric. So next thing we're gonna talk about is this album cover, and with Davy Crockett fucking hats. Just what the fuck, dude? Go on. You start us off, Tom.
So I like that. I like the artwork, the lettering, because again, these guys, they used to be called the Southern Death Cult, and they were called the Death Cult. And if you didn't know any better, you would think these guys are from somewhere in the United States. They're a British band, which I find shocking because everything they do, nothing that they do is British. But this hat, dude, it reminds me of that Seinfeld episode when George fucking buys the rat hat, and he just fucking. I mean, but again, you have to remember this is 1987.
Right.
And these guys are still kind of that post-punky look. So that's why some of the other guys look like they're in like Duran Duran, or like they look like
Stray Cats.
Yeah, right. Like Billy Idol type stuff. And Ian thinks he's the shit because he always thinks he's the shit.
Right.
But I will say, I think the album cover, besides the photo, I think it's kind of cool. I really like the lettering and kind of the imagery and stuff. It's kind of cool. It's eye-catching. But yeah, the band photo is obviously kind of silly. And then the back cover just has individual pictures of the band. And of course, Ian shirtless with that hat on again. And the rest of the band looks like, Depeche Mode or something. But yeah, whatever.
That's not Oasis guy in the left.
I don't think it is. But Izzy, I want to hear your thoughts. And I want to hear how long ago you bought that same hat that Ian is wearing on the cover.
Actually, he bought it for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before I get into this, I forgot to say that I have seen the Cult once.
Okay.
And it was phenomenal. Mm-hmm. And Billy Duffy's guitar tone is probably the greatest guitar tone I've ever heard in my life. And
super underrated guitar player, Izzy. Super underrated.
Dude, the tone, I still have a boner.
Yeah.
Still. And this was 10 years, 13 years, 14 years. No, actually, no, it was before I moved to LA. So I bet you it was 15 years ago. I still have a boner, still to this day. I love, you know what? Now that I'm actually looking at this cover, I had never noticed that hat before because I've never really looked at this.
Yeah.
The hat's ridiculous. That hat is absolutely fucking ridiculous.
So funny.
But as I'm looking at it, I really at first I was like, God, it's just too busy. It's too much. But now
it is.
But now that I'm looking at it and can actually read it, it's kind of fucking cool.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool. I love it's still got this 60s vibe to it too, in a weird gothic kind of way.
It's kind of psychedelic, kind of hippie looking in a way. Yeah.
Yeah. And they kind of were, know?
Totally.
And then the back looks like the cover of a fucking Duran Duran record.
That's exactly right. Yep.
And I love Duran Duran, so I'm all for it. I love it. I think it's cool.
Cool.
All right. The Cult, the album cover doesn't look that bad. Even the photo, it makes you look at them. Yeah. It's not normal. You got like blonde Morrissey.
Totally.
You got the fucking doofus and the stupid Davy Crockett hat. You got glassless Elvis Costello.
Yep.
And you got the guy from Split Ends. I don't know who the fuck that guy is.
Oh, Split End's a great dude.
Oh, there you go. And on the back, he looks like fucking one of the Oasis brothers, Billy Idol, and fucking just, I don't know, look extras from fucking Frankie Goes to Hollywood Relax video.
Hey, relax. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Relax.
okay.
Don't do it.
I recognize this cover.
Okay.
Like from the era, like it's very familiar. It's not a forgettable cover. It's something that kind of, for some reason, catches your attention. So
Yeah.
I'll give him credit.
Yeah. It's not
All
terrible.
right. Let's get into some facts on the album. Electric came out April 6th, 1987. Produced by the great hip hop guy, Rick Rubin. It made it to number 38 on US Billboard. It's gone platinum. It's their third album. And it's a kind of the switch that you mentioned earlier, Tom, from gothic rock to hard rock. They had already done this album and recorded 12 tracks with Steve, don't call me fucking Trickster Brown. That's not him, apparently. I'm assuming that's not him.
It's not him.
Yeah. To Rick Rubin. They recorded 12 tracks. They call it the Manor Sessions for a new album to be called Peace. Ian Astbury said it sounded like soup. So they brought it to New York for Rubin to remix. And then he asked them the fun question, Tom, do you guys want to make English pussy music?
I love that.
Or do you want to rock? As we would say to Heavy Mayo all the time, one of our listeners and now Hall of Famer, he likes to listen to pussy music.
Pussy music.
Yes. So they re-recorded all the tracks.
Yep.
And Rubin said he wanted to get the guitar sound from Back in Black and the drums from Highway to Hell and basically just copy everything AC/DC does. They did take 4 of the older tracks and make them as singles for Electric. And this is just completely different type of sound and a different type of album for the band.
Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, obviously we'll get into it when we do the tracks in a little bit, but it's, I mean, right off the bat, it's just like, as I'm listening to this, I'm like, this sounds like really incredibly produced hair metal, but instead of singing about chicks, they're singing about wolves and rattlesnakes. Like that, like, you know what I mean? So like that's, because these songs, they're basic. It's like, I hate this term because it's so stupid, but it's just like, it's like cock rock. It's just fucking guitar, bass, drums, and like ballsy vocals. And these songs, I mean, again, we'll get into it, but I mean, you talk about a complete switch. You know, we talk about how bands that we love switch, you know, Kiss and Metallica. And I mean, if you were like an early Cult fan, you probably put this on and be like, why are they doing an AC/DC tribute album? You know what I mean, Izzy? Like,
well, you make the comparison to the '80s glam rock, as I say. I hate that fucking term.
I know the hair metal term.
Well, and plus, you know, coming from somebody who doesn't have hair. But
well, look at me, dude. What are you talking about?
That was the joke.
Oh, I got you. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about you.
No, God, no. I mean, I cut mine off, but that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't. For me, it doesn't have that feel. It's just balls out rock and roll to me.
Okay.
The guitar tone sounds nothing like that 80s rock guitar tone. It doesn't sound like an AC/DC guitar tone either. AC/DC was just, you know, that SG straight into 14 Marshalls, blasted out, you know, capped out at 45, not 11.
Yeah.
But you know, it's like they to me, the Cult doesn't sound like anybody else.
Okay.
The Cult sounds like the Cult. It doesn't, you hear the tone, you know, it's the Cult. You hear, I mean, even before the voice comes in, you know, it's the Cult. So I can't compare it to anything. You know, it came out in the 80s, but I mean, there's a lot like Guns N' Roses came out in the 80s, but it didn't sound like that 80s rock, you know? It's like it started its own thing, you know, which is why you heard the LA Guns and the Faster Pussycat. That sounded like nothing like Poison, who I fucking love too. But yeah,
my condolences.
Oh, stop. Oh, stop.
Zeus, any thoughts on any general thoughts on the sound before we get into the tracks? Kind of like what we're talking about.
This is fucking ACDC light. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Look, you'll hear me say two major things on this album throughout. And I have it written down, so I don't want to seem as though I'm copying our great guest, Izzy.
No.
The fucking guitar tone on this.
Insane.
The production on this. Yeah. I've never listened to an album like on this show and just the production stands out behind everything. Everything is clean as a whistle. So fucking crisp. You hear the drums. If you want to concentrate on the bass, you hear the bass nice and clean. You hear the fucking drums, the vocals, the musicianship. It's off the fucking charts. It's a form of AC/DC, but Izzy's right. I will be able to tell a cult song before an AC/DC song.
Oh yeah.
It'll sound like they're following the same formula, but the sound coming out is different. And I've never heard an album with more. I don't know how to describe it because I'm not a musician. Air in a
That's
song.
exactly what I wrote, Zeus. That is exactly what I wrote.
There's more air in their songs than anything like with dent, like. They're like if you're the drummer, you got to know the song because you got to stop at certain points.
Yeah,
it's not just a quick beat the whole fucking song.
Yeah,
like you said, the production, and I wrote here. I said every song breathes.
Yes,
there are so many songs when the drummer is holding just a kick-ass like rock beat, but then instead of like a bunch of layered guitars taking everything away, you'll get like. And then the guitars, then you'll hear nothing but the snare and the bass, and then the guitar will come in with another chord, and then the snare and then you hear nothing, and then the band comes in. There is so much breathing in air in these songs, and I think
then you hear
just like AC/DC, just ballsy rock,
a very unique vocal. Comes in as well.
Exactly.
Which kind of gives you that AC/DC.
Right. And a
like you know
vocal.
who's singing when it's AC/DC.
He's got pipes. And to go back to that point of not sounding like 80s
hair metal, glam metal.
Yeah. But glam rock.
Glam rock.
That genre has got those layered background vocals.
Yes.
This does not. This just sounds like a bunch of dudes.
Yeah. It's completely four guys. They plugged in the guitar, the bass, the mic, and the drums, and that's it. There's the Rick Rubin, and that's one thing about Rick Rubin, which is why the next album, Sonic Temple, was Bob Rock did that, and that's why that album sounds way different because there is a bunch of layering and a bunch of the songs. There's not a lot of air and a lot of breath in those. The songs are a little bit more layered. Rick Rubin just like he said, he's produced Metallica, he's produced Slayer on top of hip hop, but he was like, no guys, this is going to be ballsy, just plug and play, and fuck, they got it.
And in addition to that, I'll throw in the last thing is, Rubin did those last recordings of Johnny Cash, those American recordings.
That's right. I forgot about
all
that.
That shit is what you would almost the definition of stripped down. Yeah, Johnny Cash doing Rusty Cage and
so good,
and all those other alternate. I think every song that you could ever imagine, the American Songbook, Johnny Cash sang in this last 5 albums they did with Rick Rubin. He did everything. Yep. And they're just unique versions of literally Cash in his guitar.
Yeah.
And he captured the sound better than anything. Yep. Anyways, let's get to the first track. And here we go.
We start off with Wild Flower. And my goodness, pretty much everything we were just talking about. You just start off with a simple, crunchy guitar riff. And my God, the first thing you notice here is who is producing the drums here. And this isn't even the best song. I'll get to one later on that just blows me away. You just have a simple rhythm, a simple riff. Ian's vocals just, I don't know who to compare him to. Maybe one of you guys can help me. The entire time, I don't know who this guy sounds like because his tone is so different. It's so, it doesn't sound like that 80s rock. It's, it's obviously not gravelly. It's not thick and heavy. But I'm telling you right now, and this is not the only song that does it, I am a sucker when you bring in the tambourine for the chorus. And as soon as this chorus rolls around and Ian is shaking that tambourine, I'm like, fucking, this is all I want from this band right now. Wildflower. Just an incredible opener, and obviously one of their best songs. And even if you're not a Cult fan, you know Wildflower, Izzy.
Yeah, exactly. And the only problem with tambourine songs is if you play it in a club, all of a sudden you got chick who wants to play tambourine on stage.
Yeah. Good point.
I don't know what is more annoying. Chick who wants to play tambourine, I blow the harp guy, or guy who shows up at party with acoustic guitar. Like, those are the three people that I can't stand. Ian Astbury, I figured it out. As you were talking, who does he sound like?
Okay.
I figured it out. He sounds like Jim Morrison who could sing.
Oh, wait a minute. So you don't like the Doors? You don't like Jim Morrison?
I'm not a Doors fan.
Okay, see, I am. But okay, I have heard that too. I read a couple articles. People are saying they did use the Jim Morrison. It's like a howl type of song. Like singing sometimes.
No, he's got the tone, except he can sing.
Okay.
Morrison obviously could sing, but not sing.
Okay.
This song fucking blows your head off.
Yeah.
That's just all there is to it. Just crunchy. It's groovy. It flows. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say about it. It's fucking awesome.
It's true. Yeah. Zeus.
All right. So I was waiting for you guys to ask who he sounds like, because the first thing I wrote, listening to the song, I wrote my notes is, wow, ACDC with Jim Morrison.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Interesting.
What a riff. I'm like, it sounds almost like Who Made Who, or that other song, Connection.
Oh, by Elastica. Yeah.
And it's such a Beavis and Butthead fucking riff.
Oh, my
right?
God.
I could
Every
see
song
them
on this
the
album
couch
is.
Right? I can't understand one word he fucking says throughout this whole album, but man, what vocals. I wrote, production is off the charts, very 80s solo, but in a good way. And then right back into that riff. I love that shit. I love when they just smooth transition right back into the song. And I love the stop right back into the chorus again.
Yeah, I love it.
That's what I'm talking about. Like that little fucking I'm like, wow, what a great opener. I hope everything else on this album is as good, but different. We'll find out. Anyway, track number 2.
Peace Dog. Okay, so I remember the first time I heard this song, I'm like, okay, it's a little different. It's a little bit of a different kind of groove. A lot of Ian howling here. One of the things I wrote here on my notes is that there's a couple songs on here, but this is a song where the people that don't like the Cult will kind of point to a song like this and be like, the band sounds great, the guitars sound great, but I don't like Ian. He's howling, he's kind of whiny, he's not singing. Whatever. The song is awesome until Rick Rubin. How did you give your stamp of approval to that Peace Dog chant at the end of the song?
Thank you.
Take it from here, Izzy, because I love the song, but who approved that?
This song, like you said, I was like, oh, this song's fucking awesome. This is great. I've never heard this before. And then those chanting vocals came in, and I cannot stand chanting vocals like that.
Dog.
It literally, this song, if they would not have put that in and they would not have said Peace Dog anywhere in this song, this might be top 3 for me.
Yeah.
But those chanting vocals came in and it went down to bottom 3, and I'm not going to give that away yet.
Right.
Yeah, it ruined it for me. It's like, I love the swagger of the song, and all of a sudden that came in. I'm like, no, I'm done.
Yeah. By the way, that's a great point. I can't believe none of us have used that word yet. Swagger. This whole album, I think this band just oozes, and that's one thing that I like about Ian. And when I saw the Cult in concert, is that even if you don't like this band, you can't deny his stage presence, his ability to be a frontman. You know, it's great.
Peace Dog. By the way, all these songs are written by Ian Astbury and Billy Duffy.
Yep.
So I usually tell everybody what the song was written, who wrote the song, but
all but one.
All these songs, other than the cover, which we'll get to later. I just put another AC/DC riff, a riff in space again. I like when the bass comes in on the second verse, which is the same lyrics as the first. What the fuck is he saying? B-52 baby or B-52 baby? I fucking can't. I have no idea. The drum fills into the bridge, then the guitar is fucking great. But the chorus I wrote of peace,
Oh my God, dude.
dog, peace, dog. What the fuck, dude?
It sounds.
It's just so weird. It doesn't fit this whole
It
rest
doesn't
of the
fit
album.
the song.
It doesn't fit the song. It sounds so non-professional.
Yeah, it sounds like something you would do like if you're like jamming like in the garage and you're just kind of fucking around with your buddies.
Yeah.
Plus like it the I mean, I'm no recording professional unlike Izzy here. But like the tempo of the chant, it doesn't like fit the group. It's like the whole thing is just off.
Right.
It's bad.
Yeah.
But I did end it with guitar tone again is awesome.
Oh, incredible.
Still have a boner. Still.
All right. Let's go to song 3.
Lil Devil. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, again, you thought Wildflower was ballsy. This is just, to me, this is we're climbing the steps to the top of the mountain here for the cult for me. Just fucking, you thought the riff and the groove of Wildflower was good. Lil Devil just multiplies it by 100 right here. Just incredible. But I was laughing as I'm listening to this song. I don't know if he's doing this on purpose, but Ian mentions a horse, a lizard, an alligator, a scorpion, all within like the first 2 verses of this song. Like, dude, we get it. We know that you want to be that kind of band. It's okay. You don't have to use every desert creature in your lyrics. But again, you come in with the tambourine in the chorus, and you got me sold. Billy Duffy comes in again, and I'm glad, Izzy, you mentioned it earlier, how underrated this guy is. So underappreciated. No one ever says his name, ever. And his solo in here is just incredible. And this song is so spectacular. It's one of the great songs of the 80s. It's got an incredible vibe to it. Ian sounds great, and the band is just ripping. And again, it's that simple, just guitar and drums groove that they carry here. I love it.
It's funny you mentioned the lizards and all this weird stuff. It's like maybe they really just are hard rock crash test dummies.
Okay, fair.
Have you listened to that record?
No.
Oh my God, it's phenomenal. But it's so goddamn weird. Yeah,
song?
dude, that record is fucking phenomenal.
For real?
Yeah, I love it. Dude, that's the worst song on the record.
All right, we get it.
It's
That is for everybody out there just goes, fuck it, I'm turning this shit off right now.
Turn the podcast
If
off?
you think that is annoying,
No.
if you think that is annoying, imagine listening to the whole fucking song like that.
Well,
And
skip that song,
if that's what he sings
Anyways.
like, that album must be terrible.
It's phenomenal. It is fucking phenomenal. So yeah, I love this fucking song, dude. The riff, it's just
So good.
It's tasty.
Is that how it
It's
goes?
Raw, yeah. It's tasty. It's raw. It's beautiful. I have a boner.
All right. You don't need to display it. That's fine. This was actually the second single. I just wrote, get ready for this, see above. And honestly, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but
Oh, no, I know.
I don't know what Little Devil sounds like. I know I like it. When the song comes on, I'm like, oh, that's Little Devil. That's a great song.
But you can't play it
Tell
in
me
your
how
head
the
right
rhythm
now.
goes. I have
Yeah.
no idea if it's She Sells Sanctuary or Love Removal Machine. I can't tell the difference in the riffs. They all sound the same, and it's a great song. But this one, I put that it sounded a little sleazier.
Yeah.
LA Gun, Faster Pussycat type. And actually had at one point I wrote down, it sounded like Cinderella ripped this off for Gypsy Road.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Interesting.
All right.
Okay.
Vocals are fantastic. But what the fuck is he singing about? These lyrics make no sense. And I think this is the whole Jim Morrison comparison. Like he's talking cryptic fucking magical mystical fucking words. Like what? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, actually, we'd make that comparison, but didn't he play with the Doors?
Yeah, he took over.
Yes.
a
See,
little
there you
bit.
go. There you go.
Yep.
There it
Yeah,
is.
they heard it too. So I put another cool solo. I love the stop, then back into the faster melodic solo that he does. All these stops in the music where it's just guitar, I fucking love it.
So good. So good.
And again, I love the song. Don't tell me how it sounds if it comes on the radio, if I can pick it out, but I loved it.
Well,
And that's
you know,
the-
yeah.
Go ahead, Izzy.
I was just saying that opening riff, the opening riff stands out. That gives it away.
Yeah, it's a killer. It's a killer. But that's one of the things that you're commenting on. That we're kind of saying that's the one big difference to me about Sonic Temple. None of those songs sound. Those are all standalone. The production and the songwriting on Sonic Temple is way different than Electric. The songs are much different.
That's the one with Firewoman.
Yes, Firewoman.
I only know that song.
But it's got Sun King, and it's a great album. But all the songs sound different. The production is different. The songwriting is different. You're right. Electric, you could, if you're not a huge fan, you'd be like, I don't know the difference between any of these songs right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go to an aphrodisiac jacket.
All right, aphrodisiac jacket. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about here. I wrote down, I'm like, okay, it's a nice, I like the vibe. It's a little bit slower. It's a different song. It's showing that they can slow it down and just kind of pummel you with the drums and in the beat and everything. The chorus is kind of off kilter. It doesn't really work for me. Solo is absolutely off the charts. What does sitting on a mountain looking at the sun, plastic, fantastic lobster telephone? That's the opening lyric to the song. I don't know what it is. Aphrodisiac jacket, Napoleon machine gun. I don't know, man. I don't know. I like the song. You are not going to sing along to this album, or at least I'm not, because I have no idea what he's saying without the lyrics even in front of me.
I was waiting for him to throw in Tin Roof Rusted.
Oh my God! Don't.
Oh, I hate that fucking song, dude.
We all do. We all do. We all do.
I liked the song, but the name, the Aphrodisiac jacket, I'm like, all right, I'm done with it.
Way too wordy.
It's like, what? I get it. You're weird.
It's a great point. It's like they're trying to be like super, like, ooh, we're being weird.
Alternative.
Yeah,
Right.
Exactly.
Aphrodisiac jacket. The first thing I wrote on this song is, what the fuck are these lyrics?
I have no idea what's happening here.
And I put production once again sticks out.
Yeah.
Takes this forgettable song and makes it into something. I'm like, why do I like this mid-tempo song? I don't know. I have no idea what he's saying. And I had no idea that he actually says the fucking title in the song. There's no way you could hear this song and go, oh yeah, that's where he says the title.
I never knew that until I read the lyrics. And he sings like, Aphrodisiac jacket. Like,
yeah, like you can't tell what he's singing, but it's a nice melodic solo again. And I think the chorus is kind of catchy. So it's a song that kind of surprised me that it grew on me after a while.
Okay. All right. Cool.
All right. Let's go to the Electric Ocean.
So fifth track, Electric Ocean. So again, this is kind of, it doesn't take a genius to kind of figure this out. That again, I wrote here, great separation once again with the drums and the riff. A similar sounding song. It's not that different from that wide open space of Wildflower and Little Devil. But now here, I'm interested to see what you guys think of this. I actually think that the backing gang vocals here are kind of cool during the chorus. When he says kind of Electric Ocean and the band is kind of vibing in the background with that a little bit. The solo is off the charts again. There's like a little breakdown solo. Billy Duffy just burns it up on this song. So I think this one's kind of cool. It's a little different, but it's still very similar. But I think Electric Ocean is a pretty cool deep cut on here.
So my thing, especially my thing with this whole record, is the songs that I didn't know.
Yep.
So anything other than Little Devil, Wildflower, Love Removal Machine.
Okay.
They all like Zeusy says, Zeusy, not Zeus, Zeusy, Zeusy Poo,
Okay.
Zeusy Poo. You know Zeusy Poo.
Sure.
They're all great. They all sound like you guys say. They all sound the same. Like, what fucking song is this? So
Right.
like after those top three and the bottom three, for reasons to be said later, it's like they're all interchangeable to me.
Yes.
And I love it. Like you could play this song right now and I wouldn't be able to say this is the song.
Right.
but
you
I
like
liked it. I liked it.
That happened to me a lot when I would throw this like on shuffle, and I'd be like, oh, I like this song. I don't remember which one this is though.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I was saying earlier about Little Devil, this song is awesome. I love it. How's it go again? But I know I like it. Electric Ocean, I wrote the first thing I wrote again. Another similar song. I noticed the drums, how great they sound on this specific song. I put the chorus isn't very good, Tom. I don't like that backing.
Okay. I get it.
And shit. Riff is good, but the song just, for this one, just doesn't make it. The weird callbacks don't work for me, but damn, that guitar solo. What a tone. Again, it's similar reactions to a lot of this stuff. And I know he says Electric Ocean, but I think he says electric on the next song. And so you tell me if you could tell the difference if they played which song was which. So let's go to the next one, Bad Fun.
All right, so Bad Fun. So for me, I was like, okay, this is something completely different. This doesn't sound like anything else. Instead of like the crunchy, simple riffs that Billy Duffy's doing, he's kind of, needling the guitar a little bit more here. It's a ripping song. It kind of has like a little bit of a kind of like rockabilly kind of 60s like rock vibe to it. And then I love the chorus. Spirit like a rumbling train, spirit of the thunder and rain, vibrations got you on the run, electric child on Bad Fun. Like, and then you get back to the verses that are ripping. I think it's cool. The solo again. I mean, I know we keep saying the same thing. Billy Duffy is just burning this fucking album down with his solos. So I actually like this song primarily not because it's necessarily a great song. It's just so different from every song we've heard so far.
Right.
It's a different song, and I think that's why I liked it.
I think there's a running theme on this record. Guitar tone, guitar solo, weird fucking lyrics, great vocals.
Yes,
and
exactly.
What the fuck is he saying? And this sounds like the other song.
Yeah.
It's
so true.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's not, this is very far from Scatterbrain's Big Fun.
Oh,
if you guys are familiar with Scatterbrain, who I love. Big Fun, everyone. Keep
Dude,
going
what are we doing? Crash test dummies in this now.
This is why we bring Izzy.
You need one more. You need one more to make the trifecta of terrible,
don't worry. We've
terrible
got
bands that won't be
this
on.
is why we
the
bring.
show.
This is why we bring them on.
Scatterbrain was fucking phenomenal.
This is why Izzy's here.
Yeah, no. Again, what song is this?
I'm surprised you would say that because this is the first song to me that sounds legitimately
I
different.
know, but he says electric throughout this, so I'm like,
I got you. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the three songs that I can differentiate are the three songs that I know.
Yeah.
And the cover. And the cover.
Which we'll get to.
Which we will get to.
Yeah.
All right. Bad Fun. I just put faster tempo. The drums are pretty damn good. So are the vocals. So is the guitar. So is the bass. So is the production. Hint, hint, hint. It's like the same thing. It is a good song. Decent song with a blistering solo. Wow.
Yeah.
Musically awesome. But as a song, not so much. It's just it's one of those things where you're seeing a concert and the band just goes on a jam and you're not really getting into the song itself, but you're like, fuck, these guys are ripping. Holy shit. Yeah. And you more appreciate the musicianship than the song. So again, it's decent. I haven't heard a shitty track yet.
Which is good. Yet. Yeah.
Let's go to the next one.
King Contrary Man. Okay.
King.
Again. King. So again, it is what it is. I mean, we can't make up things with this album. This just sounds like fucking 4 or 5 other songs on the album so far. I'm sorry.
No, exactly.
I'm sorry. But the problem here, and I feel bad saying this because I love Ian, I really think his vocals here, I don't like them. When he's like, he said to me, boy, and he's like, I said no. I'm like, dude, I don't know what you're doing here. It's like he's like gospel.
He's becoming annoying.
He went Broadway.
It's terrible. It's really bad. It's like really bad. And I think this song rips. I think it's got a really nice groove to it, kind of like the other songs that we've said so far. But I really think I think Ian kind of butchers this song for me. I couldn't really go back and listen to this too much.
I tell you what, it didn't annoy me enough to make it stand out.
Okay.
So
That's fair. Okay.
Again, pile into heap of what this album is. And that's a good heap. It's a very good heap, but it's a heap of what fucking song is this again?
Yep. So true. I know.
And, like maybe I like I said, I didn't get these songs until Friday. So
it wouldn't have mattered, Izzy. I've been listening to this album for a long time and I feel the same. So it doesn't matter.
All right. Good. So I don't feel like a complete ass.
No. No.
So I think what you're kind of jumping on is his enunciation of these fucking words and the way he's doing it. Sometimes people do a distinctive way of doing things. Johnny Cash, the guy sounds like he speaks, but the way he does it, it just works.
Right.
Yeah.
This way he's doing it, it does sound a little like weird off.
It doesn't work for me.
Say to me, boy.
Yeah.
Okay, Axel, settle down. But it is a fast and fun song. Typical crossroads type of song. Is sold to the devil.
Yep.
Another fun and cool solo. That this one's a bit longer. Then the drums and then back into the song is damn pretty cool.
Yeah.
How does it go again? I have absolutely no idea what this song sounds like again. I have no idea what, but I remember this and wrote it down. But I have no idea if you played it on the radio. I'm like, which one is that again? Whatever. Good. All right. Let's go to their first single next.
Yeah.
Love Removal Machine. Okay. Now, yes, does it sound similar to Little Devil, Wildflower? Yes, but this separates itself. This is absolutely not the greatest cult song. This is one of my all-time favorite songs, period. This song is absolutely next level hard rock right here. From the verses to the chorus to the way it speeds up at the outro and the solo. Again, the tambourine is back in the chorus. I mean, this is one of the reasons why I was excited to talk about this album was to just gush over Love Removal Machine. I bought the Greatest Hits album, I think, way before anything, just so I could get Love Removal Machine. Mm-hmm. And I mean, what can you say? I mean, the song is just incredible. This one, you can understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
The lyrics are kind of kick-ass. Gimme Love, Soul Stealer, Love Removal Machine. It's so fucking badass. It's just an absolutely badass song, Izzy.
Dude, the riff.
So good.
It's so fucking great. I love the trade off of the vocals during the chorus.
Yes.
The
back. Yeah.
How's that part go again, Izzy? One more time.
Talk about
Dude, have another cigarette. You sound like me.
The backing vocals are amazing in this. I agree.
Yeah. It's the chorus, the whole thing. I mean, the solo, like we could say the fucking solo on every song.
Yep.
But I think it's funny. You brought up Axl on that last song, and it never really hit me how, one of the reasons this album is so different from that era is because maybe there was a little Guns N' Roses influence in it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The raw fucking guitars. I think that GNR influence went a long way, just past, not fucking talk dirty to me. But no, this song fucking rules.
Yeah.
It just fucking rules. I don't know what else we can say about it. The vocals are phenomenal. The guitar, the solo, the backups, everything.
All right.
Zeusy Poo?
Love Removal Machine was 74th best hard rock song ranked from VH1. It made it to number 15 in the mainstream rock charts. And it did get a little criticism, and it does sound like Start Me Up a little bit.
Yeah, I read that, but that's
What song doesn't sound like the fucking Rolling Stones?
That was my next thing gonna be. I mean,
and what song in rock and roll doesn't sound like Chuck Berry? If you can,
exactly.
Good point. Yes,
but I just put this song sounds like the whole album. ACDC.
It does,
and I like this song a lot. But I like it better when they do it as She Sells Sanctuary, which is the exact same song, but better in a better chorus.
No, it's not.
To me, they sound the same.
Okay.
And I'm going from a person that does not listen to this band a lot.
Right.
I love She
Right.
Sells Things for It. I think that's their best song.
It's a great song.
And every time I would hear Love Removal Machine on the radio or anything else like
Yeah.
that, I would always think it's that. And it
Yeah.
wouldn't pan off because they all sound the same. I'm not a musician. I don't pick this shit up.
Right.
And but you know, his vocals are just phenomenal. The stop, the break, the riffs, the baby 5 times in a row.
So
Another
good.
fucking super cool solo with the notes held, and I love when the guitarist holds a fucking note.
And he does
and
it. Yep.
And then he goes blistering fast, and then such cool production.
Yeah.
Right? It's
Rick
just
Rubin.
Yeah, it just you don't really notice these things on a lot of these albums in the 80s until you hear this. And you're like, I guarantee you that if this album came out with the original producer, this would fucking do nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
And
yeah.
that this production seriously put them on the charts.
Yep.
And just that blistering guitar outro. It's a great fucking track. Great track.
Yep.
All right. I know Tom's been waiting to do this one. Here we go.
Born to be Wild. Now, we have had our share of bad covers on Album Review Crew.
Oh,
This is so painfully unnecessary and horrendous. I don't know what they were thinking here, because I love the original. The original Born to Be Wild is a great classic rock track. It's an iconic rock track. They took everything that made that. This is the most ballless, soulless cover. It's plotting. They took the groove out of it. They took everything. It's terrible. And not only that, Ian sounds horrendous on it. He can't sing this song. It sounds horrendous. And I wish that this was the last track on the album so that I could just stop and not have to skip over it to get to the next 2 tracks. So this is a crime on so many levels, just beyond horrendous.
We did not, even in 1987, we did not need another cover of Born to Be Wild. We just had it with Lizzie Borden, who fucking nailed it. I thought, I love that version of it, and I'm not saying that.
trifecta was hit. Lizzie Borden now.
We did Scatterbrain. We did, what was the other band? Oh, Crash Test Dummies and
Crash
Lizzie
Test Dummies.
Borden. You're not going to get that kind of analysis
Have you ever
anywhere
been
else.
on the Hotter Than Hell podcast?
I have not.
Okay. You should join forces.
Go ahead.
I've never even heard of that fucking podcast.
Oh, okay. Well,
they're
we'll make sure we
good
we'll,
people.
We'll make sure we leave that out.
No, but I wasn't saying that in a
They're good people with
bad
bad,
way.
music taste.
I've just honestly, I've never heard of the podcast. I mean,
That's okay.
But people don't know who the fuck I am either. So what the fuck am I to say?
Fair.
But no, we did not need another version of this song. We did not need this version of this song. Brutal. It's just, in the words of our close personal friend Jim Florentine, it's brutal. It's just brutal. Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Born to Be Wild, written by Mars Bonfire. I didn't even know that was the guy's name from Steppenwolf, but
The name is brutal.
Yeah. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I like it.
Come on.
Dude,
Are you fucking serious?
I fucking do. I don't know why. I thought when you told me, oh, get ready for the worst cover, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be terrible. But I just think it's a heavier version of a classic. It's just the solo, the guitar tone.
Yuck.
I am shocked that I like this.
Me
I am
too.
shocked. I can't believe it. I actually like this song, the version. I mean, I like the original. I just feel like this is literally a heavier version of it. And you can't complain. I mean, I can't complain about Ian Astbury's vocals. I just think they're
Yes, you
got
can.
a unique voice.
Wow, that's the surprise of the episode right there.
That's the
I thought
surprise of the year.
I thought you were going to jump on me and be like, "Oh, this is right up there with
No.
Winger doing Purple Haze."
Winged doing
Actually, I like
Purple
that.
Haze. Oh my!
What? Okay, did you just
I
say
love
that,
that.
Zeus? So Izzy likes that, and you like this.
Purple Haze is an insult. They're not a guitar huge like Eddie Van Halen trying Purple Haze. You do not touch Jimi Hendrix if you're fucking Kip Winger.
Okay,
and
well,
Red
so
Beat.
let's talk about one more horrible cover. The Bullet Boys doing Money.
Oh.
Remember, For the Love of Money?
Dude, there's
Oh.
there's
I don't
another
hate
one
it.
there's another one that should never have been touched. and is horrendous beyond belief because they try to do it and make it like their song. And that's Izzy's band, Poison, doing Rock and Roll All Night.
Oh, I hate
one of
that.
them.
Off the
I
less
can't
than
stand that.
less
I
than
can't
zero.
fucking stand-
Dude,
I
we
can't
did an
stand that.
episode on how fucking terrible that song
We
is.
literally dedicated an entire SIOL episode to
I love you guys.
About fucking how horrendous that is.
Oh,
You
But I tell you what,
it was a
one-
good
one
movie, but the
it
song
was a great
sucked.
movie.
Oh, Jamie Gertz was hot in that movie.
Oh,
Great movie.
God.
Less
She's
than
a
zero.
smoke show.
Oh, she was
smoke
hot,
show.
but she couldn't spare a square.
Yeah, that's right. Same
And she's
chick.
on Seinfeld.
That's right.
Oh, that's
Anyways, I don't know. I'm not going to defend this. I can completely understand why everybody hates this.
Okay.
I just like the song.
Okay.
And I think they do a decent version. I don't give a fuck.
Shocking.
Yes, I know. I know you thought I would fucking hate it.
God, I'm so disappointed.
All right, next track.
Outlaw. Okay, so again, kind of like Bad Fun, a little different. They're kind of mixing it up, full speed, fast tempo. Not the simple kind of breathable song, quote unquote, that we've been talking about. I like it, and I like it because it's different. I like the chorus, Outlaw from the Badlands, Baby. It's kind of a storytelling kind of song. I actually like this one a lot. I think the verses sound awesome. I think Ian sounds great. I like what the band is doing. It's got a cool chorus. And again, I like it probably just because it's just so different from a lot of the similar songs that we've been kind of talking about here. Obviously another deep cut. No one really knows what the hell this song is unless you have the album. But I was a big fan of this one. I really liked it.
I was just going to ask you if he said, "Oh, love, baby," because he throws baby into the chorus a lot.
He thinks he's Robert Plant. He throws baby on everything. Yep.
Yeah, he's got those eccentric fucking things as
Yep.
lead singer disease,
But it works. But it works when he does it. It's just
because he sounds authentic doing it. He doesn't sound like he really talks like that probably on the street.
Yeah.
Hey, baby. Hey, mama.
Yeah. No, I mean, fucking another album track that sounds like the album. And but like I said, that's not a bad thing. I fucking love this record.
Yeah, it could sound like a Poison album, which it sucks throughout too.
Oh wow!
Don't do it.
Don't.
I'm just
Brutal.
teasing.
I know. No, you're not.
No, there's a couple of Poison songs I like. A couple. Anyway, Outlaw. This is kind of different. I wrote. I don't know what it is, but I like this chorus a lot. And the whole dizzy in the head, and all I can think of, I can't hear that lyric without thinking of the Who, and I can't explain. Dizzy in the head, and I'm feeling the things you said. And the Scorpions did a good version of that, which I cannot believe I said that. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was also on the Stairway to Heaven, Highway to Hell,
Okay.
along with Bon Jovi's version of "Boys Are Back." The boys
Don't do
are
it.
back in town.
Please don't.
Oh,
Please don't. Please don't.
Anyway, another crazy good solo. I just put this song is just the deep cut and the track on this album that stood out to me.
Yeah.
Like I said, when you hear an album you're like, you know what? I like that one song. When's that coming up on shuffle?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this is the one that came out for me. So, all right. Whatever you said about Born to Be Wild. Here we go. Last track.
Uh-oh.
Memphis Hip Shake. Okay, first of all, I know where Zeus is going to go here. I'll start off with the bad because I think there's a lot of good here. I don't know what the fuck Ian is doing in this song.
Rattlesnake.
The singing, the whatever he's trying to do, the vocal styling here but this fucking band. First of all, the drums on this song, this specific song, Memphis Hip Shake, the bass drum on this song might be the single best produced bass drum I've ever heard in my entire life. You fucking go take your Creatures of the Night bullshit. Go take Zeppelin.
God.
This particular song, which is why I love it. And
Have you heard I Love It Loud drums? No. But have you ever heard of Memphis Hip Shake drums?
Average. The song, the music, this song would have been fantastic if it was an instrumental because I don't know what Ian is doing here. He's all over the place. And I like the fact that there's like some off tempo stuff here where like he'll sing and he'll whine and then a dun, 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 and then he'll come in and just fuck up the song again. I love it. The music is so good that I can tolerate that Ian is almost purposely trying to ruin it vocally. But I love it. The drums kill on this.
I guess that's one of the things that stands out to me about this record, though, is you say Ian's vocal sometimes is, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
Really?
I didn't even notice.
You didn't notice the rattlesnake? Whatever the fuck that is.
No, I didn't notice it, so that didn't annoy me.
Okay.
And I think that's one of the cool things about this record is
okay.
that kind of weird shit that makes it stand out from everything else, especially in 1987.
I get it.
know?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I love the title of this song. When I saw
too.
the title of this song, it got me excited to hear it.
Yep.
And did it stand out? No. Did it stand out in a bad way? No. I like this song.
Yeah.
Didn't the fucking, what's that Southern band? I got a chain in my pocket. Going.
Georgia Satellites.
Didn't they do a song like this? Memphis
I don't
His
know.
Shake.
I don't know.
I fucking forget. And it
I
was
just
like,
know the one song.
yeah, no, they had something. It was like on a soundtrack. Something, I don't fucking, something horrendous too. This is the definition of filler. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, it's weird.
The rattlesnake is.
You gotta. Dun, 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 dun.
With the rattlesnake is. You had problems with your boss?
Maybe.
Yeah, go ahead, Izzy.
Maybe my love of that Crash Test Dummies record is.
Oh, God.
And hold on, just hear me out. Has
Go ahead.
made me numb to weird shit like that.
Perhaps.
It's either the Crash Test Dummies or it's you eating gas station burritos every day that are fucking making you numb to that.
Not every day.
Okay.
Not every day. Just
Anyway.
occasionally.
You were talking about like swagger, and this is the swagger that he has, because I think of this song as more of the Memphis dick swinging than hip swinging.
Yeah,
Because
totally.
he's just fucking Dexter St. Jacques singing this horrendous song with no rhythm. I have no idea if it's fast, then it's drums, then it's.
That's why I like
then
it.
it's like a rattlesnake piece. You had problems with your boss. But I put the production is incredible right to the fucking end. The musicianship, especially the guitar, right to the fucking end. And we end this album on this Memphis hip shake disaster. But overall thoughts, let's start with Tom.
So again, as we said at the beginning, I'm a fan of the Cult. I like this album, but I think the reason why I go towards Sonic Temple is I just think the songs the songs just differentiate themselves more. To me, it's more of an enjoyable experience. It's a different experience than listening to Electric. The top 3-4 songs on Electric are just absolutely spectacular, but I think the rest of the album, it's not bad. It's not unlistenable. It's just, for me, not to sound pretentious here, it's just not a unique listening experience listening to Electric. I find myself enjoying Sonic Temple way more than this album. But that being said, I think it's a great album. I really like the Cult. So
Now, as I said, this is the first time I've ever listened to this record, the first time I've ever listened to an entire Cult record that wasn't a greatest hits record.
okay,
The songs that I knew stood out. Fucking yeah. And the rest of the record, it's like, it sounds like the rest of the record, but that's not a bad thing, because it's like, fuck yeah, dude. I like this. I like this until peace.
yeah,
Dog. Peace. Like, no, stop. Come on.
yep.
And Born to Be Wild, of course. But yeah, that's, I think it's fucking great. If you never listened to this record, I say go listen to this record, especially if you like those songs.
Yep. Zeus.
Yeah, for me, the Cult has always been around. Didn't not like them. Didn't really get into them. I know they had some good songs, and I know the sound. I can pick it out anytime I hear a Cult song right away.
Yeah.
The album is pretty solid all the way through. you know, even the Memphis hip shake fucking catastrophe has something in it to hold on to. The production on it's fantastic all the way to the end. So is the guitar.
Yep.
But it's got a lot to say. It may suffer a little bit from copy syndrome, but I don't give a fuck if you make a good album. You know, Whitesnake made some Zepp sounding like songs. I don't give a shit. They're still good.
Everybody tries to sound like fucking Zeppelin. Everybody.
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 So it doesn't matter to me. Kiss try to do grunge on Carnival Souls. I still like it.
I didn't like it.
I like it. And
I know you do.
I love
it doesn't matter. It to me, as long as the music sounds good.
Yeah,
the music sounds good.
Exactly.
Here. It's you can't complain. It's just, I know it's a cliche. It's just they all sound the same. I don't know.
No, it's,
Anyway.
I mean, it's a cliche because it's true. I mean,
right.
It is true. And again, and I know we're not reviewing Sonic Temple, but I just keep coming back to, I think that's the reason why I think Electric set the Cult into the next level. And then I think Sonic Temple and Bob Rock really took them to the super next level. Cause that's just a fantastic fucking album. But anyways, I love Electric and I'm a fan of the Cult. So I was happy with this selection by Patreon.
So now we're going to rank the songs. Let's start with Tom, Izzy, then me.
Okay.
Number 11, Tom.
Born to be Wild.
No.
Izzy.
Peace Dog. Just the
Oh,
chant,
no!
the
Really?
Chant, the chant threw me off. The
Wow.
chant made me hate that song.
Okay.
Yeah, this is easy. This is Memphis Hip Shake.
Oh, how dare you.
Yes. How dare you?
10 for me. And I like the song, but number 10 for me is Bad Fun.
Born to be Wild.
Okay.
Electric Ocean.
Oh, wow. Okay. Number 9 for me is King Contrary Man.
Aphrodisiac or whatever the fuck it is. Jacket.
Whatever the hell it is.
Whatever that fucking jacket thing is.
Bad Fun, number 9.
Okay. Yeah, I got the Aphrodisiac jacket thing at number 8.
I got Memphis Hip Shake at number 8 because now we're into the, I like all these songs. It's just what order do I put them in?
Okay. Yep.
Number 8 for me is King Contrary Man.
Number 7 for me, if it didn't have that ending chant, I'd probably put a little higher. And that's Peace Dog.
Bad Fun.
Okay.
I had Peace Dog as well.
Okay. 6 for me, Electric Ocean.
King Contrary Man.
Zeus.
6 for me, Aphrodisiac Ziac Jacket.
Okay. 5 for me, Outlaw.
Ditto.
Nice. Okay.
I have Born to be Wild.
Oh, God damn you.
Of course you do.
Jesus. Well, that might be as bad as that is. I have Memphis Hip Shake at number 4.
Christ.
I got that Electric Ocean thing because he like says ocean and stuff. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. I have Love Removal Machine at 4.
How is that not number 1? Dear
No
Lord.
way. Not even close.
Number 3 is Wildflower.
Little Devil.
Okay.
I have Lil Devil as 3 too.
That's my number 2.
Wildflower.
Okay.
I have Outlaw as 2. Love that song.
Wow.
Easy number 1 for me. Love Removal Machine.
Yep. Same.
Yep.
Yeah,
Same.
no.
Just fucking drives.
Wildflower's the best song on this.
Yeah. I mean,
also-
I won't argue. I mean, Wildflower and that trifecta is just fucking album perfection. So,
Exactly.
yeah. It's kind of similar. I mean, the bottom is the bottom, the middle is the middle, the top is the top. For me, this was an easy album to rank, actually.
It's good because it's kind of different. I'm glad Patreon picked it.
Me too.
Hope they don't fuck up the next one.
Well, I think it's a good rebound from, although I did like the album, I know you despise, I think it's a good rebound from Wasp. We reviewed the Wasp debut album, Izzy, and I actually
Really?
liked it. I love
that record.
Yeah, Zeus. That was a hilarious episode because Zeus fucking hated it.
How long ago?
I hate it. I think I'm just too old to like it now. It's just stupid.
It is stupid. Yeah, that was a couple episodes ago. Izzy made what?
Okay,
three, four episodes. Oh yeah, go back and check it. We had fun with it.
I just saw them, and they play the entire record.
Yep.
And you could tell when there was backing tracks and when there wasn't.
Oh, you mean Tracky Lawless?
Tracking, no, like so
Dude,
they
he looks like the most miserable man I've ever seen during those meet and greets.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Do you ever see those? Do you see people putting up photos and shit of him? He makes Ace Frehley look like he's happy for meet and greets.
No
well,
way.
at least Ace, you get the thumb.
That's just you get the week.
Where's the camera?
You get the weekend at Bernie's thumbs up from Ace.
I mean, I got the fucking thumb up. I mean, you get what you want, right?
Yeah. How many more of these do I have to do? Guy's like, just wreck next. He's like, all right. Anyway, what we do next is this. All right, we're coming back strong, and this is our favorite segment. Izzy, what makes you rock hard?
What makes me rock hard?
Oh God.
Billy Duffy's guitar tone.
Nice.
I always like when I discover something on my own.
Yep.
Because like people kept telling me I have to watch Letterkenny, and everybody told me I had to watch Letterkenny, so I couldn't watch Letterkenny. I refused.
Yep.
But I found Shorzy.
Shorzy.
It's an offshoot of Letterkenny.
I've heard of Letterkenny, but I've never watched it.
Shorzy.
No
It's
idea
all
what the
about.
fuck you're talking about.
It's all about hockey. It's all about fucking hockey.
Oh, okay.
And it's fucking hilarious. And there's 3 episodes. You can find it on Hulu. It is, my God, I've pissed myself 17
Really?
times. I'm on like, I discovered this less than a month ago. I'm watching it over again for the 4th time now.
So what is it? What's the premise? What is it?
It's just about a hockey team and a senior national fucking shit.
Well, it's got to be in Minnesota.
No, Canada.
Oh, it's Canadians.
Yeah, it's
Canadians,
Canadian.
eh?
Yeah, so there's a lot of Canadian humor and a lot of hockey slang, but it's fucking hilarious. It's great.
Nice.
It's great.
I'll check
That's
it
cool.
out. Definitely then.
That's cool. I like something different.
And oh yeah, I forgot it. I didn't even do it because it's so goddamn early, but I picked up a nasty tick from this show. So Shorzy, the main character, is like, so he'll be talking to somebody be talking to him, and he'll ask them a question, and as soon as they start answering, he goes, "Huh?
Oh God.
Huh?" But it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, sorry
Check
about
it
that.
out.
Go ahead.
Okay.
You'll love it. You'll love it, eh?
I love it.
For me, so I love music documentaries. It doesn't even really matter if it's something that I'm into, but I love like behind the scenes, the making ofs documentaries. And I watched this I think earlier this month on Paramount Plus. It was called Thriller 40. And it was a documentary about the 40th anniversary and the making of Michael Jackson's Thriller. Fucking incredible. It was so interesting. There's a whole section there on the making of the Thriller video and what Michael wanted and the production and the just, because first of all, I love that album, but anything behind the scenes where I'm like, holy shit, I never knew that went into that, or they did this, or like, it's just super interesting. It's on Paramount Plus or Showtime, whatever. It's called Thriller 40. It's about an hour and a half, and it's absolutely fantastic. I loved it. Really good.
Wow.
Yep.
Cool. So mine is a movie that I heard about because I always brag about Scott Galloway and his podcasts, and I fucking love listening to him. So he's big into tech, and when he does a lot of stuff with Kara Swisher and stuff, and they always reference this movie. So I said, finally, I'm going to fucking see it. It's 2013. It's the movie Her with fucking
with Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard about that.
Right? In Scarlett Johansson as the robot voice. And it's him falling in love with what's going to be in the future, having girlfriends with, like, imagine, what do you call
AI.
AI
but
fucking super thing.
Yeah.
And it's just...
Is it good?
You know, it's interesting. It fucks with your head in the sense that, like, you're like, shit, would I ever get to this point? Like, become this much of a, and then at some point you're like,
I hope not.
These people are such fucking losers. They call themselves like, this is my girlfriend. Oh, I'm gonna marry her.
You mean
there you go? I know.
Izzy's pointing to his chick.
So But there is a great scene where he has like phone sex and it's Scarlett Johansson getting off, and you're like, "Oh shit!"
Okay, if that was the
Whoa.
case, then maybe.
Yeah, and then
that'd
you're
be
like,
pretty
I
cool.
get it, and that scene like sticks out. But it's a
Wow.
fucking interesting kind of thought-provoking movie.
Okay.
It was done in 2013. With Spike Jonze directed it.
I remember when it came out. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes you think.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. Check it out. Tell me
Okay.
what you think.
All right.
I mean, just for the fucking getting off on Scarlett Johansson. And because you know why the thing became tech, I forget who it was, the big tech guy that's doing it,
Yeah.
basically got an AI voice to be like Scarlett Johansson, and it sounded like her, and he fucked up in an interview and said, "Yeah, I know it sounds like her," you know. And she sued him. And it was
I didn't know that.
And he had to fucking strip it because people were like, "What the fuck?" So it was in the news and stuff. And that's why I came up with, and I went back and watched the movie.
Okay.
Interesting fucking shit. So
Cool. Nice.
anyways,
Nice.
Izzy, where can
Yeah.
people find you?
Let's see. Real Izzy Presley is the Venmo. Also, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. The show page for the podcast is another effing podcast. The last one I did was my yearly listener drunken summit. Lick It Up versus Animalize versus Asylum.
Yeah, we couldn't make that.
I know we couldn't make that.
It's all good. Look, it's all good. It's all good. I the last couple years I've been very slagging on doing shows, and that's going to change.
Nice.
I'm going to be starting up a Patreon.
Good. Nice.
$5
Awesome.
a month. $5 a month is less than a fucking cup of coffee.
Nice.
And then what else we got coming up? Monsters of Rock cruise in March. We've got
And you're like a host on that.
I'm
aren't
one of
you?
the hosts. Yeah, I'm not the Eddie Trunk host, but I'm one of the hosts.
Right,
I host
right.
Karaoke. I do a jam. So if you two played, you guys can come on the boat. You can play with one of the artists. So I have
cool.
it's called the Cruiser Jam. I have artists and cruisers playing.
I think
together.
they'd be more thrilled to play with me.
Well,
than
no,
I'd be with
actually,
them.
dude, you know what? The artists love it because they get to play with the fans.
Right. That's cool.
You know, I host karaoke on that. The On the Blue cruise, which is going out of Boston this year.
That's right.
Oh,
right.
shit. What?
And it's on the Blue. It's
When
like
is it?
End of August. It's Alan Parsons, bands like that. It's fucking awesome.
The music probably sucked, but maybe we'll join you just to fucking hang out.
No, dude. The music's phenomenal. Alan Parsons, the Nelson twins honoring their dad.
I like Ricky Nelson.
Ambrosia.
Oh, so it's like yacht rock.
Not really, because there's a lot of like older musicians on there too. But it's like my favorite, and we're going north instead of going south for once.
Oh, I got it right
that
here.
one's-
Alan Parsons. You got Starship featuring Mickey Thomas, Al
Yep.
Stewart, Ambrosia, April Wine, Honeymoon Suite.
Yeah.
Wow, Jesus.
And it's 7 days this year, and that's going to be fucking awesome. And then we
Yeah,
got
and it's going up to Canada.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Then we got Cruise to the Edge.
Nice.
I think the Smoking Kills are playing in February at the Viper Room. It's not confirmed yet, but there's a good chance. And if you're in town, fucking Adam Carolla's on the 9th.
Nice.
I'll be his merch bitch.
Cool. Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
You are a busy man. Well, we can't thank you enough for joining us, buddy.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
Thank
And,
you. Anytime.
We're
man. I
glad that
love
you're
this.
now on the rotation of Shout It Out Loudcast
Yes.
guests and hosts.
Future
So
Hall of Famer.
that's
Oh, God.
right.
Here we go.
Future Hall of Famer.
That's right.
Izzy,
well,
thanks so much, man. This was a blast. It's been a long time coming to finally get you on. So of course
Yeah.
we knew it would be great, and it was.
I'm glad.
Wish you the best. Obviously, we'll be in touch, and
Yeah.
great time, man. As always, thank you so
Likewise,
much.
man. Thank you
Thanks,
guys
brother.
so much, man. I really appreciate it. I always have a fucking blast with you guys.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
All right. That was the great Izzy Presley. Tom, we have some work to do.
Yes.
We have to rank this album. So we always start with album cover. What are your top 5 right now?
Top 5 album covers. Number 5, Rage Against the Machine, Blizzard of Oz, Purple Rain, Master of Puppets, Diary of a Madman. This cover's fine. I mean, obviously he's got the bozo hat, whatever, but I do like the design. I kind of like the coloring and the weird font and the image. It's cool looking. I like it. For 87, it's pretty cool. I'm putting this at 23 for the cover.
All right. My top 5 is Peace of Mind, Diary of a Madman, Appetite for Destruction, Blizzard of Oz, and Hotel California. I am putting this, I don't know. I'll put this above 7,800 Fahrenheit and below Shout at the Devil. I'll put it at 35.
Okay.
All right. Let's go to album itself.
All right. Top 5 albums. Number 5, Journey, Escape. 4, Shout at the Devil. 3, Purple Rain. 2, Moving Pictures. 1, Master of Puppets. We say this every episode. It's just getting to be ridiculous trying to rank these things here. This is our 59th album that we've reviewed here, and you have to be almost a flawless album now to crack like the top 20, for me at least. This is a good album. It's got 3 absolute bangers of songs, one that is one of my all-time favorite rock songs, but the rest of the album is okay. It's nothing that I really seek out, so that's going to weigh it down for me. So I'm putting this at 32. I'm putting it 1 below Diary of a Madman and above The Final Countdown. Sorry.
Tom, my top 5 is Pyromania, Blizzard of Oz, Hotel California, Automatic for the People, and Purple. This ain't breaking the top 5. I'm going to put this album at 43, underneath Master of Puppets, and I had Wasp at 43. Wow. So above Wasp and below Master of Puppets.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Tom, want to tell people where they can find us?
Always go to our website, shoutoutloudcast.com. And if this is your first time hearing us, we are an all Kiss podcast that drop Kiss-related episodes every Saturday, and then we do our album review crew episodes once a month where we do a non-Kiss album. You can check out our website once again at shoutoutloudcast.com, where you can find all of our episodes, including Shout Out Loudcast, album review, our other sidecast, Dorm Damage, and our other sidecast, The Zeppelin Chronicles. And, of course, follow us on all of our social medias at Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Threads, TikTok. I'll save that for Zeus. And, of course, our email address at shoutoutloudcast@gmail.com. And we always like to say that we are a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network of shows.
Yeah, I always like to just once again point out the website. You'll check it out. The rankings are all there. It's fantastic. It's a lot of fun. And you can pick up Raise Your Glasses on our website, the Kiss book that everyone should have. So, Tom, we always like to end on famous last words. Do you have any?
Yes, I do. Check this one. Fell to the Red Room because she was there. Oh, a Scarlet Woman. She got me in fear. Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. Hey, you. You're a wild honey child. I'm out of control. Every time you're near me, I'm a wolf child, baby. I'm a howling for you. My heart beats faster. Hey, and it's overpowered. Oh. Words to live by. Izzy Presley. Loudcasters, Kiss Army, Cultist. Thank you.
Izzy Presley, thank you. Great time. Patreons, good pick. Once again, thank you. Electric Tards, Ian Tards, thank you. Zeus, as always, my friend, thank you.
Peace out, Girl Scout.